What's up guys, Richard here. Welcome to the 4th devlog in my series on the Magic language learning game. Now over the last week, Sabin, who's the artist, has primarily been working on the main character, figuring out color palettes and also the general shape of the character itself. Now last time we asked you guys about a bunch of different character designs and we kind of went with this grey one on the left here. So then Sabin went out and created a color palette so we can see this character with a different layering of colors. Now I'm partial to this one in the top middle, which is like the maroon with the dark purple or the bluish color. I think that one's kind of the coolest color to go with the whole thing, but we would love to hear your comments in the comment section below, and our artist actually does read those comments, so definitely put anything down there you're thinking. Now, on the block out side of things, for those who don't know modeling or haven't done any modeling before, the process works kind of like clay. You get a general shape and then you get a general silhouette, and once you're happy with those two things, then you move into adding details. So at the moment, Sabin's working on the proportions and the silhouette. The silhouette is not yet complete, especially regarding the clothing. As you can see, he doesn't even have the shoes as per the original design. So he's working on the block out at the moment, and then over the next week, he's going to come in and hit it with a bunch of details. So next week, hopefully, we'll see something that's a lot more detailed and a lot more closer to his original drawings. Now, you remember last time I also showed you some of the art assets he did? Well, he actually made a chest and just applied some cell shading techniques to it, because at the moment, both he and I are learning how to do cell shading because we want to really hit this idea of kind of like a stylized cell shader as what you're seeing here in the art Bible. And overall, the art direction is going to be something similar to Darksburg in design. Now, let's have a look at the prototype. First up, I need to warn you that I'm recording my screen right now, and by recording my screen, everything is a little bit slow, a little bit stuttered. So hopefully this won't be too bad. Now, I worked on the movement screen, the movement system a lot more, so it's a lot smoother now. You see the feet actually like hit the ground almost perfectly, I would say. I'm not going to work on that anymore until I actually have a rigged and animated model from Sabin come in, because otherwise I'm just wasting my time. Now, the main thing that I did work on is the selection of both enemies and objects. So now, if I want to select this box, this box is selectable. I just hit the tab key and boom, that's it. It's selected. I now know it's selected. If I want to unselect it, I hit tab again. Now, if I want to cast against this box, maybe there's a puzzle that I need to solve and I need to use my language abilities. I hit tab, that selects it, then I can do my spell. Now, while I'm doing my spell, I haven't casted it yet, I cannot move. So in this game, when you start casting, typing, you no longer can move. That's just how it works, the magical world that we exist within. So I'm going to stop casting that and suddenly I can move again. I'm going to deselect that, and now I'm going to go all the way over here and I'm going to find an enemy who's hiding way up there. I'm going to select him by hitting tab again, so it's the same system. So basically I integrated all these selection systems together, and then I'm going to cast against him and watch what happens. It hits him, he turns red, he comes to me, and he starts casting Fireball. And as you can see, it actually says Fireball, and it kind of goes through it like a progress bar. And that's to show you, the player, how far he is through committing his spell. And the reason being is so that you can counter his moves with, say, a shield or a deflection or something else. It just gives you that ability, which means that you have to get very good at the language that you're learning to be able to spot these things and react to them. Now, obviously, that was really fast casting, and you wouldn't have it at that speed within the very first level, but as you progress through the game, that speed will like increase with the enemies that you face, specifically with spells that you've learned and stuff like that. So, that's what we've worked on regarding the prototype. Again, visually, not that impressive, but under the surface, a lot has changed. Now, I do want to speak a tiny little bit just about that spell casting. So you saw the progress bar through the letters. That was actually quite a challenge to get set up. So the problem with the letters within Flax and probably most game engines is that each of them share the exact same, each of them have the exact same UVs, like they're in the same UV space. So what I had to do was actually calculate where each letter was in comparison to the far left of that letter, and then from there, basically draw that progress bar through the letters. So it's quite complex, but since I needed help from Steph, who's one of the developers of Flax, and also from Jimmy, who's also one of the developers. Mainly because I made some silly mistakes, I figured I'd share this with you guys in case you ever want to use this type of system where you can send actual, like a progress bar through text, which I think is kind of cool. Anyway, here it is. You can literally screenshot it. The main things that you will need is the percentage, how far you're through the bar, the width of the text overall, the text renderer, and this get right is like the right direction of the text, so like its right vector. And then the far left is like where the text starts on the far left. Since I've got it centered, I need the calculator, offset it, and then I pass that into this material system, and then it just does all the, you know, should it be red or should it be white? And I just wanted to share that with you guys because that is like a really cool thing that I've learned. I don't even know if it's going to stay in the final game, but hey, you guys might want to do that in the future. So that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go through the coding in the back end because a lot of it was just cleaning up of the previous code system and then abstracting it out and then making it work across for things like the objects over here. There was some things obviously done with the text rendering system and all that, but it's not worth sharing. Anyway, if you guys have liked this video, like it, share it around, sub to the channel, and let any of your language learning nerd friends know about this game because we are hard into development right now. And I'll see you all in the next video.